Hey guys, how you doing? Dan here, and with G, and we got one of our other team members that joined us today, Valentine. He's right there behind Garland. Um, we're back up here to Sierras. I'm in an area right now that we had some of our trail cams set up, and this area we're heading to right now is pretty damn hot. So, why don't you guys join us and let's take a little stroll. Now this here is an actual travel pathway that we know that squatches up in this area. They travel this very frequently. Pretty forest up here, huh? I'm kind of checking on these cones. We're getting some fresh ones. The problem is I don't see a lot of these cones they're not producing any pine nuts. Odd. We got something right here that's been bedded down. You see where they're laying right here? Pretty heavy too. Oh yeah. It was pretty damn heavy. Look at this. Whoops. They were laid up in here. Big one. See if you can scan up in there, G. See that right there? You see that? Trees, two trees.
Yeah.
See where that stump is?
Yep.
Look right next to it. Almost looks like something's on the other side, don't it? You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Huh. You never know. You never know. Ah. Pretty sick back there, huh? Now you see this pine tree right here. You know that's a natural break because it broke right up here. So we see something like this that's just a natural occurrence. Now go up into here. Careful, G. Now, Garland, give you the opposite view of the pathway we just came up. Now, what we're doing up here today, we were just up here Sunday. So what we're doing up here today, remember our last video I told you that we had to head back home, get off the mountain. We had some videos to study. And so we did. Now we found some quite interesting items on there, okay? This spot here in this vicinity, we know right now this is pretty hot. I know this because of the videos we studied. So basically what we've done, we've basically created a strategy as in surveillance in this area, okay? So now I got a huge circumference of a circle now. Whatever comes into this area, we're going to catch it on trail cam. Right through here, right on through here, is a deer trail. And why do we know this? Because of the videos we studied. For about 15 straight days, we got video after video. The deer are coming right through here. Okay? The main trail comes from back there, but they're swinging around, they're coming through here. And then not only that, we ended up, our trail cams also picked up a couple bear, 2 black bear. We had one that was feeding right down in here, and we had an older male was right over here. And in this area, Garland and I, we've been doing research for about 4.5 years. Out of 4.5 years, we have only documented 1 bear in this whole vicinity. 1 in 4.5 years. My suspicions became correct, I knew the bear were going to come down this year because of the simple reason, because we had a long, deep winter. Now up here higher in the Sierras, we're up here about 5,200 feet. When you get past 7,000 feet, we still have a snowpack up there. What the problem is there's no food. The game, the deer and whatever, they're coming down to lower elevations where there's food. And consequently, the predators are following them. I hate saying this, but this year in the Sierras, we're going to have a problem with bear. I already know this. We're going to have a problem with bear. There's quite a few of them up there because of the fact there's no food. It's been such a long winter. They're starving. One of the ones that we did pick up off one of our trail cam videos, he's hungry. It's a young male, and he's starving. He's starving. The bad side of the coin on that is that makes that bear twice as dangerous. Okay, and that's why I do emphasize a lot that what me and Garland do, and when our team comes out, is the kind of research can get very, very dangerous. And right now we got to kind of stay vigilant because I know they might still be in the area. Okay? And so we're just keeping an eye all the way around us this time. Anyway, so we got our cameras set up in such a way where I actually made a large triangle, and now I got 3 to 4 times the circumference of a trigger circle now. Everything's covered what I need covered. Now, since we got game coming through here, and we picked up some small mammals, the main interest I was with the deer. That's Sasquatch's #1 meal, deer. So they are coming through here. Now, what I'm about to say is this. We have a situation that we have got set up here now, and through studying the particular videos in this vicinity, we know what's happening here, and it is a perfect situation. Okay, perfect situation that we might get lucky enough to actually maybe film a Sasquatch bringing down a deer. And not only that, because of the few of the bear that's in the vicinity now, we might even maybe have a shot at even videoing a Sasquatch having a confrontation with a bear. These two subjects I just said, in reality, in the real world, has never been filmed. Now, I'm kind of hoping, me and Garland are, that we could be the first to get over that hurdle. Hey, after all, we are the ones that filmed the red eye shine, right? And there's nobody else that's got video like that but us. We are the ones that did that. So the way I see things, we had applied ourselves in the right place at the right time in the right situation. That all comes with hard work. Okay? Nothing is a given, nothing is a guarantee in this field what we do. You just have to be educated in how you're applying your research. So hopefully we're gonna leave our cameras up here for about a good month. We want to take a lot of film. But I know something's gonna give up here. I would say the chances of happening is pretty damn good. Way beyond 50-50. And down lower off this mountain, when you about another 30 miles from here, and then you're getting down around a little bit of civilization, and the poor residents up here, I think they're going to have a problem with some bear this year. Like I said, they're going to have a problem. But we'll deal with it. Usually, usually the bear's not going to be coming through and this is through our own research, our own experiences. When you have a complete hot activity area that you know there is definitely Sasquatches there, the bear are just not. They're going to avoid it. Believe me, they're going to avoid it. And that's why in this whole vicinity, in 4.5 years, we have only documented one bear. And he was a big male black bear, about 400 plus pounds. As soon as it gets a little bit more better up in the higher elevations, these other bear will go back up high again. But probably is right now, they want nothing but food. And that's a fact. Now, as a matter of fact, when me and Garland were here Sunday, the last video one of our cameras took was of one of those bear. We had just got through gearing up, and we came down here. And by the time we got here, we missed it probably about 1 minute and 20 seconds. We were that tight of Danger Crossing Pass. From what I've seen on the video, I'm glad we didn't, because I would hate to take it down. And like I said, it's starving, and you would probably have no choice. It would probably attack us. There's no doubt about it. Good thing it happened the way it did, though. Nothing happened. I prefer it that way. So does Garland.
Oh yeah.
But a couple nights ago, on one of our trail cams, for the first time, and I've never seen anybody film something like this before in any video, but for the first time on one of our trail cams, about 3 or 4 days ago, the camera actually filmed a silhouette of a Sasquatch. As a matter of fact, he was right behind one of our cameras. I'm going to show you something. Watch yourself, G.
I'm all right.
Now, this trail cam right here, he was right here. I'm going to show you something where he was standing, because I'm staying away from him. And he was standing about right here, just like this, okay? Now, these cameras, you can see the lens. Now, where they operate, this is going to have a fan coming out like this, see? So it's going to fan out like this, okay? Here's your trigger zone. This would be your circumference zone, all right? So he came up here, and he was standing right here. Here's your boundary line of where it's fanning out, and they'll fan out about 180 degrees from the lens. So he came right here, he stood about right here, and you see where the lens is. He's like this, and it caught this part of him. And then he backed off. As it's triggered, that night, there was also a full moon. And when it triggered, I'm going to tell you something. These guys they're very intelligent. They know what this is. Believe it or not, they know what that is. They are not stupid. And when he came, anyway, as he's standing here, he would not go into the trigger zone. Now, if he would have stepped in like this, bingo, you got him. But they're so smart, he just stays right here. Now, because he had the full moon, this whole area is lit up, and even through the camera. What we did get was this. I'm standing right here, correct? This guy had to have been between 8 and 9 feet tall. It shot a silhouette of his being on the ground going across like this. And you can also see on this tree up here when it came across the ground, and it went, and you can see the shape of his head up by the tree. You can see the head and the shape of the body. It was standing biped. Also, as he was standing here, it's like he was testing. It's like he was testing the trigger zone. You could also see a silhouette of an arm that was doing this, like in a swatting, like it was swatting. And you could see all this movement. Is that correct, Valentine?
Yes.
Come here.
I'm fine.
No, come here a second. Come here. There's camera line. Yeah. This is Valentine. You guys probably never met him before. He's one of our volunteers. He doesn't like to be on camera and that. But he does quite a few. He does quite a bit for us. Okay. That's Valentine. Valentine. There's the viewers. Anyway, he's the one that studies the videos with me. We study together. We debunk everything together. Okay. So the silhouette, it was standing by Pete. It was a Sasquatch. Now you look right down here. Here's where he was standing. And you could tell by something was here. You got debris here that was stepped on. And here is a print. Now, I've explained this to you too many times that in this kind of ground, see, I can't, there's nothing there. You can't do nothing. So if I put my hand down in here, I'll show you how deep that really is. There you go. I'm looking at probably, I'd say about a good inch. About like that. If you can depress this ground an inch, I'm telling you right now, you got to weigh over 500 pounds. So, and I'm 2-something. I can't even put anything there. But this is where he was standing. Anyway, so that was the whole deal coming back up, because now we had to rearrange everything. Now I know what's happening. I got the bata zone set. Everything's the way we want it right now. And all we got to do is when we leave here, we're just going to let these be our eyes. These will be our eyes for about the next. We're going to leave these up here for about a month. Now, last year in these group of trees right over here, we caught 2 squatches behind there. One was right there, one was right over there. The one that was right over here, he was a big SOB right there. And that was in the daytime. Remember that, G?
Yes.
So, here's the deal. This is what we hope happens. We know that we got the deer coming through here. Okay? About every night, our trail cams was picking up the deer. Okay? Like clockwork. I like that. It's a good sign. So, Sasquatch, what he'll do is he'll set up in here. He'll wait till those deer come down here, and then he's going to ambush them. He'll take them down, and hopefully it'll be right in this area. Now, right now, it's getting really, really quiet, and I like that. It's a good sign, because you should start going into a dead zone. Everything gets really, really quiet. But they're starting to move again. Like I said, this long, deep winter has been pretty harsh on everything living up here. So it's taking them a while to get moving. Now I know there's some of you out there that you've been kind of writing me, and you've been wanting us to do some more night videos. Well, hang on to your britches, because that's what we plan on doing. Don't you worry about that. We plan on coming out with some really good ones too. So we plan on going to some areas that It's pretty damn hairy. The area we're going to be going to, the Sasquatch is up this place we're going to next. They're pretty aggressive, more so than any of the ones down here. That's the downfall you got to deal with, and I mean they're nasty up there. We're going to go way up north to one of our other areas. Anyway, so and well, I got some spare time. I'm going to get this out. I'm going to step out of the way, and I'm going to let G give you a nice 360 of what we got going around here, and I'm going to look at this, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, guys. I'm gonna take this little breakout time and go. I got some more questions. I'm gonna give some answers. Oh, by the way, I like me and Garland do appreciate the kind of questions you're asking us. That's the type we like to answer. You guys are doing a good job. Keep it up. Okay, I got a couple questions from Dave Jones. How you doing, Dave? Excuse me. And what he wants to know, how long before the young become independent from their mothers? Okay. The young will stay. They will stay with the female for quite a while. Nobody really knows how rapidly they grow. We don't know that. Nobody does. So they might have the same growth period as a human, and they may not. But it's because of the fact of being primate and a quarter human. My guess would probably be probably leaning towards the primate side, is my guess. When they become a junior, which is nothing other than a pre-adult, and when they become a junior, if it's a family, they will go out with the males, and the males will teach them how to forage, how to hunt, how to forage, how to survive. When they do get a Pacific age as a junior, and sometimes the female will join the hunt, and of course, that's strange. I swear I just saw something move across over there. Keep an eye on it, guys. Look around you. Anyway, yeah. So they usually they're gonna, it's like I said, if it's a family bond. It's a family thing. Okay. There's another one. Another question asked: does the male hunter gather when the female is watching the young? If they do have young, that's a younger age than it's like a baby, and it's a younger age than a junior. They're going to stay with the female. And if it's in a group, only the certain males are going to go out and do the foraging. Okay. Certain other males will stay with the female, and they will protect the female and the young. That's how that works. So I hope I answered those questions for you, Dave. Now let's see. This is a good one. I think we were just kind of talking about it too. Dwayne, from your experience, what happens when a bear crosses paths with a Sasquatch? That's a good one. We have never experienced any such an act, probably because of the fact that, and I do stand by this. Garland knows this too. We spent too much time out. We spent way too much time in the woods. We know for a fact when you do have a real, and I'm quote, a real, legit hot activity area of Sasquatch, okay? Other predators are not going to go into that part of that territory. I'm telling you that right now. They're not going to do it. If one ends up in there, it's by sheer mistake, or it's just passing through. I'm telling you that right now. We know better. Like this area, like I said, in 4.5 years, we document one bear. What the hell's up with that, right? Correct? That's the way it is. Now, probably the biggest question is, if they cross paths, probably what you really want to know is maybe if they went to battle, who would win the confrontation? I would put my money on Sasquatch. I would put it that way. Now, and for several reasons. But my money's on Sasquatch.